So each of these...
You're wrong. Go ahead, continue.
Hello, I'm Justin.
And I'm Kyle.
And we are the Mirror Twins. And we always say here on Mirror Twins, what's better than a giant transforming robot?
Giant transforming robots that combine into a more giant transforming robot.
And that's like Robotception. Gross. Today we're going to be talking about every single Devastator toy ever made, because this man has them all.
No, let's correct that. I do not have all of them. They made so many of these guys. If you have every single Devastator that they ever made, that's very impressive.
You probably live on the street.
Probably live on the street.
Because you spent all your money on Devastators.
Or in a house made of Devastators. We'll be talking about the character Devastator and not the individual Constructicons as robots themselves.
But so you do have a lot.
I have
not
several,
all, but a lot of the G1 inspired ones.
Yes, and a couple extra peppered in there.
A little extra, little surprises, little treats throughout.
So who was Devastator to you?
You know, I always called them the Destructicons as a kid because they destroyed stuff. They were bad guys, but they were the Constructicons, not Destructicons.
Because they were construction.
Yeah, but they were the first combining robot I ever saw. I mean, I guess Voltron, not in the same sense as Transformers, because they were robots that turned into vehicles but then could turn into Devastator, and they were the big powerhouse. They came in as robot characters. They could build stuff, but then when they turned into Devastator, they could certainly tear some stuff down.
Yeah, but there were construction vehicles. That's where the name Constructicons came from. And then there were different versions of how big they were.
The inconsistent size.
In the comics, it was pretty crazy too, because sometimes they would combine together and they'd be bigger than the Statue of Liberty.
In the Devastation game, he could actually go around buildings.
Yeah.
How big is he supposed to be in your mind?
If you're going on the basis that these are humongous, like some of the largest versions of these vehicles, then
that really exist.
Then Megatron would be maybe to his thigh.
All right, so like we're talking like Optimus. Yeah, 3.5 Optimus is tall.
3 Optimi.
like a Smurf, he's 3 apples tall.
Yes, this is ours when we were kids. We got this in 1985, and this is our gift set box.
I remember getting this for Christmas.
Thanks, Mom.
This is the original G1. This is the guy.
He is complete. I have all the individual weapons. I think we lost those, but I've reaccumulated them.
Oh, got it. And his fists shoot off?
Yes.
Or they just drop out?
They used to.
Okay.
Now they just kind of fall off.
That was a feature they never did in the show, did they?
Yeah, he had drill hands too. You know, go with the construction theme. And we didn't mention this earlier, but these came from Diaclone toys from the Japanese line, and they were different colors. They were like orange and yellow.
And the different combiner pieces would attach onto the vehicle as like an upgraded weapon.
Yeah, or just like the hips. That was just a thing. It had 2 little guns on it, so it'd make a little more sense, but it looked pretty ridiculous.
Now, I know some Transformer G1 stuff, like the clear stuff, tends to break. The gold just disintegrates without even touching it. Is there any problems with this guy? I mean, you were moving him around carefully, but not like he was made of glass. Do these kind of survive?
It depends. At Full Circle, we do have a bag of broken Devastator pieces. A lot of the sliders, when the legs slide out and come around, they're all broken. The hook here, the hook is a lot of times broken, snapped off. Hook's knees are broken. In general, normal play, they're good. He's going to hold up.
Oh, okay. All right, he doesn't suffer with gold plastic syndrome.
Nothing
or
like that. He doesn't have clear parts on him.
What is the legacy of Devastator to you? I mean, you're obviously in Devastator clothes.
Yes.
And someone in our town owns a Jeep that is Devastator colors.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen that thing?
I have not. Does it have a Decepticon symbol, I hope?
It does not. But the Jeep is this color, and all the brackets and all the accessories and accoutrements are purple. Yeah.
Nice. So, Devastator as a character, he was the big guy. He was the powerhouse. When the Decepticons were ready to throw down, then Devastator would happen. You know, Scrapper was the leader in the cartoon anyway. Scrapper was the leader, and he wanted to please Megatron all the time, and he was the leader of this group. And then when they wanted to throw down, simple-minded Devastator would start his devastation.
In the continuity, wasn't he an experiment? Like, that's why he was dumb, because the hive mind didn't work as well? Wasn't there something like that?
He was simple-minded. I don't think it ever went that far in the cartoon. But if you remember, he was famous for his inconsistency, because each season had a different origin for him. He was built on Earth, and then I think season 3 they built Megatron, so it shows them on Cybertron building Megatron.
Yeah, he was built on Earth, then he was on Cybertron.
He was Omega Supreme's friend.
And then the third one was that they were there for the construction of Megatron.
Yeah.
So they were pre-Megatron, so it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No one cared.
There's a brand Bible, I'm sure, that no one read.
I don't think it goes that deep. I
No,
think it
probably
goes
not back then.
Decepticons bad, Autobots good.
Well,
Go.
we've seen parts of the brand Bible, the original Bible, and it was so short. One sentence. I think Ironhide said, Ironhide, old and tough.
Yeah.
And that was it.
What would yours say if you were in a brand Bible?
Just old.
And crotchety.
Crotchety.
So this is the guy that started it all, the first Transformer combiner. He holds the distinction, the legacy.
And to me, he was always the best. Later on, they had the Scramble City style where they could change into different limbs. He was not. He was specific. He had to go in this combination because of the way he was built together. He's also 6, whereas everyone else was 5. Now I'm going to get... here we have Jankatron.
So that is not Tonkatron. That is Jankatron?
No, this is Jankatron. This is a very...
Whoa.
A very low quality version of Devastator here.
Is it 1-to-1?
Yes, it is. He's the same size.
So
this is a Hobby
tra-
Lobby.
Hobby Lobby bootleg.
Not Hobby Lobby, Big Lots.
Big lots, okay. Or
No
anything,
chrome,
but
all
just-
plastic, just the screws are metal, and I don't even know if they're metal. He transforms very close to the original. There are a couple things they simplified. Like, Scrapper had a locking mechanism where when the head was in a certain position, the scoop could only lift so high to lock it into a foot, and I don't think this guy has that. So that's why his foot is
That's
he's
why
stepping forward.
He always has to amble forward.
Yeah, he does have falling down and falling apart motion.
That's a feature, it's not a bug. Oh god.
Just let him go down.
Just okay, he bows to the original.
Snaps in half.
So you got this like in the 90s?
Maybe late 90s.
You could get bootlegs in legitimate stores.
But he's very loose. I've hardly played this guy.
How can you?
That's why.
Most
yeah.
of your play
he
is
doesn't
just
like
putting
it.
them back together. Don't touch me! His gun's different on the side of his head.
I think it's one of their guns.
His noggin cannon.
Because he didn't come with the noggin cannon.
Okay. I want a noggin cannon.
I bought this ironically as a joke. It's like, that's silly. Plus, I never had the G2 yellow Devastator.
I mentioned Tonkatron. Do you want to briefly explain what Tonkatron
So
is?
Tonkatron was a recent addition. They re-released the yellow version of the Constructicons with black, and I think he looked pretty much like this, except he was an Autobot, and they used the Tonka branding.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, it's old style Tonka trucks.
The Scott McFeely talked about a release of Devastator that was yellow or orangish that didn't have any of the combiner parts with it.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was a re-release of them, and I think depending on the region, they didn't come with the parts.
Oh, okay. What was the purpose of that?
Oops. And now we have Janka Jr.
Aw, Janky Jr.
And he is a shrunken down version, not of him, but of the bootleg.
Oh, so it's a bootleg of a bootleg.
It's a bootleg of a bootleg. He is adorable. Small little guys, even less articulation. Instead of having the square peg for Bone Crusher, it's just round. So rather than the centerpiece rotating, it's just a round peg.
Does this guy fall apart
Hollow head.
as
Yeah.
badly?
Well, he's lighter, so he doesn't come apart, but he still has the same attachment points. He's fun.
Was
Again,
this an ironic purchase as well?
yes.
Each one becomes the vehicle and everything, and the robot.
Yep, it's just copying, stealing the design. That's what it
Exactly.
is. But there you go. There's the G1s from G1 Jank.
G1 Jank. I love it.
Not official, but you can see the Decepticon symbol. Or
Oh, yeah.
foe.
We are the
Skirting the law.
stems.
Now, when you saw him on film in 2009, did you think Devastator? Yeah.
It was construction vehicles that combined together, so it did harken back to kind of Devastator, and did they call him Devastator in the movie?
I believe so.
But no, this was a monstrosity, and he had testicles. That's the main part I did not like about him.
He also didn't have robot mode.
Yes.
It was just the vehicles.
And whatever this is.
He turned into a gorilla with a vortex face.
You hated this guy, right?
Yeah, I still hate him.
Yet you have him.
Well, I didn't buy this. This came in a lot of Transformers. This was
Okay.
just in the bottom of the box, and I cleaned him up. He was filthy.
You begrudgingly gave him
I gave him a home. He stands in the background on one of my shelves, and I got him out just for this video. He is hideous. He was scary. He did his job, I guess, in the movie. And anything you want to say about this hideous thing?
Just get it out of my sight.
I believe he did have lights and sounds. I don't have batteries. I'm missing some pieces.
How was the toy experience? Yeah.
It was not good.
Okay.
Well, he's so heavy. He just leans over non-individual robots. The individual vehicles are not very good. They're kind of bricks by themselves. Not a lot of posability.
Yeah, they look like a super simple transformation.
They are. All of the price went to the size and the bulk of it and
Got
the
it.
electronics. Oh! That's what he did when he got blown up. He couldn't fight anymore, so he went into his opera career.
I would like to see that. Oh, I had this one, the 5-pack, right?
Yes, this is the
6-pack?
Walmart exclusive. He was the movie colors, and he does pretty well. This is a lot more fun to play with. He's still absolutely hideous, but he's a little more
Manageable.
user-friendly, and I think he was one more character.
Okay.
Whereas that's 5, this is 6, I think. Yeah, there's 2 red guys.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's 7. Little fun Devastator, and then the regular one was Devastator Green. In Japan, you could get a green and purple.
Oh,
the
okay.
American release was green and gray. The regular version came out at the same time, or roughly the same time, the
Okay.
green one. But this was the Walmart exclusive one. Had all the correct colors for the movie.
And again, like, what is this? Or this barely transforms. This crane thing.
Yeah, it's just a crane on his arm. Well, you know, if you lost your hand in an accident, would you want a crane on it or a chainsaw?
Might be hard to get around your day if an entire construction crane was your arm. I'd want something a little more manageable, like a blender. A smoothie? Did that come out of your arm?
That's the flavoring.
I know we haven't gotten to your favorite, but what
It's
is your favorite so far?
The original. Even though it's not a good toy, it doesn't really move.
Wait. It's not a good toy?
Not compared to modern standards. Absolutely not. The posability is almost non-existent. Just stands stark straight.
Devastator, once he's a robot, it's like that. No, he's kind of a statue.
He is.
Okay.
He's just there to intimidate. No one can withstand the might of Devastator. He would say things like that. I believe he always spoke in the third person.
Well, like The Rock.
Like
he's
The
just
Rock.
trying to get himself over
And
with the crowd.
That's what he. If you smell what Devastator is, devastating.
Who do we have next?
All right, this is my third-party purchase. Only third-party purchase.
This is your first and only third-party purchase.
Yes, this was
Okay.
from 2012. This is Make Toys Green Giant.
Oh, his
Type
mouth
61.
moves.
He had 2 different heads. Yeah, this was 2012. They weren't doing combiners. They weren't doing anything close to combiners. We never thought we would get combiners at this point. Third party was pretty new still. I think it only really started like 3 years prior, and he was pretty good. He got good reviews. He looked pretty cool. It was a Japanese company. A lot of them now are Chinese companies. You know, there's some good stuff coming out of there. This was kind of had that heritage, that Japanese heritage. Not that they were related. He had a lot of things going for him. He had this kind of modern, like near future design to all the vehicles. All the individual weapons combined into Devastator's gun.
Oh,
He's
that's cool.
Pretty posable.
I mean, because this is so reminiscent of this. This is when Hasbro was kind of ignoring third party for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They weren't going after them at all.
They weren't, and they really changed the aesthetic because they didn't know that they weren't going to go after them at that time. So they weren't doing like strict G1. He's pretty good. He's not the easiest thing to transform. He's
As
not
most
difficult.
third parties.
Yeah, and they do their kind of own thing. He's got ball joints mixed with hinge joints. He's held up pretty well. I haven't played with him a ton, but he looks good in all 3 modes, which is, you know,
Says something.
it says something because usually one mode suffers. As Devastator, he's pretty good. You do have to do a lot of extra things. Like there's pieces that come off this engine block right here. You pull that off and then you rotate this and then they all attach together, which makes it really solid, but it's a lot of steps to get
Got
there.
it.
Not superposable as far as the individual vehicles. I don't think the bucket tilts. They added white to him, I guess just to make him a little more visually distinct. The paint's pretty good. If you feel the plastic, it feels like recycled plastic. It's got a grit to it. It's not smooth. And that's just whatever plastic type that is, that's what they went with. It was made in China.
Is this company still around?
Yes. Actually, you can still get this.
Really?
Yeah. This many years later, they still sell it.
Is it upgraded or has it
I
changed?
think
much?
it's pretty much the same. Maybe they fixed some of the QC issues and stuff like
Okay.
that. Mine's pretty good. I don't think I really had any issues with it. This was my foray into third party.
So Hasbro still has not gone after them for this design.
No, Hasbro's stance right now is to ignore third party.
I thought you said they were starting to go.
When they take their logos, when they get a little too close, they smack them down. But
What about that
It's pretty
logo
good.
right there? Did you put that on?
I put that on there. They would never do that. I think this was very much in the vein of the classics, a near future interpretation of the characters. But it's pretty good. It's not my favorite. He is complicated as far as putting them together. Not overly complicated, but there's lots of little things you have to move. Take this out, put this, attach this. What do you think?
He looks awesome. I love, like you said, the kind of near future look. Very almost comic booky complexity. Who's next? Whoa!
This is the regular retail release Combiner Wars Devastator. This was 2015. He was the marquee character for the Combiner Wars series. He was the second Titan they ever made, and he's glorious. I love him. I feel like for the regular Transformers generations, this is how big Devastator should be. So like Megatron would come up to about this tire. He was out of scale with the other combiners, but again, if these are the largest versions of these vehicles, the diamond mine versions, like these tires, I got to see one of these dump trucks up close, and this tire is taller than me.
We can see the cab in the vehicle, how small it is compared to the overall vehicle, and it gives you a sense of scale of how big these vehicles actually are.
Now, in the cartoon, these characters were not that big. Like, Scrapper came up to Megatron's shoulder. But if these were these super large vehicles, he would be much bigger than Megatron, which is fine. So if you're into that, then that's cool. That's what this size is. But I really like this toy. He's very hollow. The individual robots are not very good. A lot was sacrificed to make him this big and make him solid. Lots of ratchet joints. He looks good. He's got the nice G1-y head.
So in this one, the Combiner Wars had the idea where they all switched and anyone could combine with anyone. But for him, they were like, nope, he only becomes Devastator.
Yep.
He's out of scale with the others.
He was his own entity.
He had the label of Combiner Wars, but he didn't work with the rest of the gimmick. He was his own thing completely.
Right, because the others were only...
And this came in a box set.
Yep, not this one, but they made a Comic-Con exclusive version with chrome.
The purple was chrome,
purple
right?
chrome,
That's
which was
cool.
odd because the original wasn't, but he looked cool. He looked really cool. Actually, Takara Tommy made their own version of this guy, and they changed some of the molding to give the individual robots more articulation.
Was that one hard to get?
You could just order it at the time, but it was more expensive. But he's pretty cool, but I think it's nice that there's more than one Devastator here. I figure it seems like he could tell jokes that only Devastator would appreciate.
Like what? Give me one.
Then I said, Devastator, I hardly know her.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Okay.
That was awful.
So there's so many, he could form his own club.
Yeah.
And only Devastators go.
What would be the name of that club? Club Devastation?
Yes. Yeah, which sounds like a, I don't know, like an underground vampire club. Now, is he the biggest Devastator ever?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he can sidekick. Good.
Boom.
Round kick.
Oh, that's the mark.
That's how I sound when I get up.
So this brings us to our modern studio series.
Oh my goodness! He looks like he's straight out of the cartoon!
Except for his big booty.
Oh my goodness! And that kind of pissed off, I'm over it face. Look at that, like, he has such a grimace. Waist articulation? Is he the first one with waist articulation?
No, he has waist articulation, although Long Haul's scoop gets in the way.
Oh my goodness, he looks right on model. You know, more lines and details, but oh my goodness.
So you seem to be really impressed with this guy.
Yeah, just the way he looks, just aesthetics alone.
He's very dense, like just holding him.
Okay, well, Devastator was always dense, right? He couldn't...
The toy,
I know,
yes.
yeah, so the individual robots are better, I assume, because he's so heavy. And man, he stays together. Like, he feels pretty solid.
He's way more solid than him. This does have the extra parts. So the hips don't go into the robot. That's why this sticks out so far. It doesn't form the hips of Devastator like the Combiner Wars one. And of course the arms, just like the Combiner Wars Devastator, they are separate pieces. Yeah,
okay.
But like all of this is a separate piece that you don't even use for the individual robots.
Why is Mixmaster holding you up when he has his gun out
well,
as
you know,
his leg?
and so no one sneaks up behind him.
Okay.
And it had to go somewhere.
Is it supposed to be like that, or is it supposed to be straight down? Is this your favorite?
It's pretty good. I really like the Combiner Wars, just the size of it. This is a better toy.
Okay, in what regard?
It's just more solid. It's some of the stuff we talked about. He holds together really well. He holds poses better. He's very dense.
Does he
you
have
can defend yourself with this guy.
Like someone comes in and you just hit somebody over the head with it? Does he have knees?
He does.
Oh.
So he's very posable.
Do you like the smaller size, or do you like how huge?
He's more in line with the other combiners.
Okay.
From the Studio Series line. He's really solid, but... You know, size is a thing, like scaling is a thing, because the largest combiner, which should be...
Bruticus?
The Superion.
Oh, because they're jets.
They're jets. Jets are enormous.
Yeah.
How long is a passenger jet?
Yeah.
They're enormous. They can fit a space shuttle on top of it.
Yeah.
And space shuttles can fit a bus inside of them.
Yeah.
So, or close to it anyway. They're just enormous vehicles. So Superion should be this tall.
Yeah, but he's flimsy and light. Well, they're not even in scale with each other either.
No.
Is there a couple of fighter jets, like a Russian MiG or something?
But I think those fighter jets are relatively the same size.
Yeah, the passenger, the
passenger jet, well, the Concorde.
The Concorde, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Concorde, which doesn't make any sense for modern day, but that's fine.
It was a cool jet.
It was a cool jet. It was a hypersonic passenger jet.
What else do you want to say about him?
He's green. Would you want an orange one?
Yes, of course.
How about a yellow one?
Which one's more nostalgic, the orange or the yellow?
I don't think we've gotten an orange one, except for third party. So people would be very happy to get an orange one.
Then orange. Whatever would
Orange
make
would be
people
great.
happy. I want to make people happy.
This is very cool. He was expensive.
You had to buy him separately too, right?
He came in, yes.
Like over 2 years?
No, they did it all in 1 year.
Oh, okay.
So they were very nice to the fans. This guy came together in 1 year. One of them was a 2-pack, and he came with all the larger pieces and everything, and you put him together, and he's great. He's a lot of fun. Do you think his legs are too short? Like people were saying his thighs are too long, like his knees are too low.
I don't know. I'd have to look at a picture. I'm sure he matches a model somewhere.
Well, the cartoon model, these guys were very stretched out. They look like they just... So like Mixmaster's barrel was really long and skinny in the cartoon. They weren't wide, and you can see how they're offset. They're sticking out. And they did that on purpose so he could stand up straight and he didn't have to stay in the A-frame. So that's why the knees are sticking out a little bit, but he's great. Like he could always use more paint. This, I think, does this extend? Like it barely extends. Like I would have liked if that went way farther out just to be a better construction vehicle. But he's fun. He's Devastator. He's wonderful. He's just a great character. He's nice to have. They were all pretty intelligent robots except for like 2 of them. And then they became a big dumb guy.
Well, isn't that always the sense? Like the dumb people bring everyone down?
Yes.
Yes. You're not lifting the dumb people up. Everyone has to come down to the dumbest person in the room. So, who is your favorite?
My favorite?
No. Not your favorite. Who is, of the ones you've shown us, the best Devastator?
Objectively,
However you want to answer that.
This is the best Devastator.
Okay. There it is, folks. You heard it here first.
But my favorite Devastator is probably Combiner Wars. Just because of the size. Like, if you're not into how big he is, then he's not going to be the best Devastator. But if you're like, okay, Devastator should be this big. The Studio Series Megatron comes up to this guy's elbow. And it's like, Devastator needs to be bigger than that.
Yeah.
You could almost say he's legend scale.
What do you want to see? I mean, is this it?
As far as Devastator?
Like, do you want to see more Devastators? Do you want to see a recolor of this guy? You want to see him in G2 colors?
I don't think my wallet wants to see him in a recolor.
Again. You want to see him in a very long time.
Years from now, if they were able to basically do this without this giant...
Without the giant backpack there? Okay.
If they were able to do that. But you know what? This might be my last Devastator.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm probably going to get the next one. They're going to shrink them down or make them 2 inches taller. Yeah, gotta have that.
Are there any Devastators you don't have that you wish you got?
Maybe the Comic-Con. It would have been nice to have the chrome one. I think I would have left that in the box, though. But no, not really.
Where do you think the future of Devastator is?
This is the future. The future's now. No, I think if they were to reinvent the line, if Studio Series goes as far as it can, it would be, I think, the next evolution of Devastator, or just Transformers in general, would be a near future version of these characters. And maybe even shrink the scale a little bit, as far as toys are concerned. The character, if they keep him as the last result, he's what you do when everything else fails, or you have to have something go right. You bring in Devastator.
That's what I say about you. You're my nuclear option. Don't make me call my brother.
What am I gonna do?
You're just gonna, do your thing.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, run. Are you familiar with the evergreen designs?
Like the trees?
No, okay. So they came up with these designs they use for just in general Transformer branding. Like if you buy cups or plates or napkins with Transformers on it, like for party, it's going to be the evergreen design.
What does that mean?
It's just they came up with this design that's kind of an amalgamation. It's a brand new design for it. Well, not new now, but it's a brand new design for some of the most popular characters, but they're for like, I guess, the modern age. I think that's a fan name, evergreen design, but I would like to see an evergreen Devastator. He's turned up a little bit.
So basically taking the G1 but tweaking it to be modernized a little bit.
I really like the evergreen design aesthetic, and I think it would be neat to see more characters like that. If they were to make another step into Devastator's evolution, I would like to see an evergreen Devastator.
Okay, how different would he be? Or is it just tweaked?
It would be tweaked. It would be mostly the characters are updated and modernized. You wouldn't have to stick... Okay, so... what I'm trying to get around is this is slavishly sticking to the G1 design, the G1 aesthetics. Okay, we have to make the toy look like this. It has to be this tall. It has to be this proportion. Cartoon was inconsistent, so they went with the middle ground. But if you did a new design, an evergreen design, you could have your own version of Devastator and it could fit more to a toy aesthetic rather than trying to stick to something that didn't have to exist in physical reality. And who knows? They wouldn't even have to have 6 characters. Of course, people would be upset if there wasn't 6 characters, but you could do your own thing. But anyway, did you have anything you would like to see in Devastator? Because this was our toy, right? We both played with these. You were the Decepticon guy, but I loved him probably just as much as you did. So do you have any fond memories of Devastator?
Absolutely. Like I was saying before, you could take him apart and he was still a fun toy. It wasn't just the combining that made it fun. It's a construction vehicle. I mean, they make, I don't know, 50, 60 years, they've made just construction vehicles because little boys love to play with construction vehicles. And these guys were those in smaller form, but then they also turned into robots. But wait, they also turned into one giant robot. So it was just a toy on top of a toy on top of a toy. So yeah, I love this guy. I love this guy so much. I mean, I do remember that Christmas. We were very young when Transformers came out, so I don't have a lot of memory of getting the toys for Christmas.
We were 6.5.
But that one I do.
Yeah.
That one I remember opening up, like vague memories that I've reconstructed as I get older. And it's like, yeah, I remember that Christmas.
And on another tangent, he was maybe $150, I think, total. Third party, if a third party made this, it would be double that.
Yeah.
And then people say this is too expensive. I don't understand. Like, oh, but it's third party, it's better. Is it better? Is it?
I mean, it is more engineering. I mean, it's objectively more engineering and more design in the third party, right?
No.
Really?
I would think there's less goes into it. I mean, it might be more complicated. It might have more pieces, more weird stuff that happens. But as far as how many people put eyes onto it to make it work, no.
But the engineering is all those little pieces and the hinges and the extra bolts and the metal and the plastic to make sure that moves around. Isn't that the engineering? And if there's more of it, doesn't that cost more?
Yeah, but they engineer this where it's durable and actually lasts. Whereas those guys don't have to worry about that. They just do whatever they want. And they can make it super complicated, and it's not very fun because you're only going to transform it like 2 times and then leave it on your shelf. I would say more thought goes into this guy. All right, last minute entry.
You thought we were done? We're not done.
We thought we were done.
Yeah, we did.
And then I saw him hiding. Have you seen this guy yet?
No, you told me about him. This is the blocky, mini, tiny
Defender.
Each of the vehicles blind boxes.
3 different sets.
It's over the course of several months. You say, forget that blind box nonsense. I'll just buy the whole box. Then I'm guaranteed to get every character. And then later they came out with a box that wasn't blind. You knew exactly what you were getting.
Here, I'll grab
and it was the pieces to combine them. So you reconfigure, you build the vehicles so they can come apart, and they intentionally made them come apart in such a way that they could be combined.
Yeah, they reconfigured them.
And you said the original thought that people were saying on the internet, because, people on the internet are always right, that it was not going to be released in America.
That Blocky actually released a statement saying they didn't have the licensing right to release this. People interpreted it that they weren't going to get it, or Hasbro wouldn't give it. What Blocky's meant to say was they didn't have the licensing right to release it yet.
This looks awesome. Talk about a modern interpretation and then still that kind of cutesy, blocky style. How much was this?
The amount of a regular Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
So $9-10.
So just to be clear, there's a non-transforming model kit that went with the blockies that you already had. So you had to get all the construction vehicles. And if you're just trying to buy 1 or 2 at a time, you may never get this. You gotta either go to the aftermarket or buy the entire set to get them, because they are blind boxes, except for this one. That's cool.
And he's pretty solid. The tolerances for the ball joints is really good. You move him and he stays. What I appreciate about Blockies so much, and this is going to turn into a Blockies video now, is that they're light, but they're sturdy. They're strong. He doesn't have the factor where he's so heavy that when he leans over, he just falls over. Because he's so light, you can stand him up and he will just stay. And now he's
doing a sassy kick.
No, he's doing ballet. He's a lot of fun. He's just fun to mess with.
Who is your favorite Devastator? Did we have him on the table, or is there something else that you want to see from us? Let us know down in the comments.
Are you a third-party person? Do you prefer what the other offerings are other than Hasbro?
Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what else you want to see from us. This guy loves Transformers and he has tons of them, so we could do a Soundwave video.
That's a lot of sound waves.
No, we'll pick someone a little less ubiquitous, like Starscream.
Is he Leslie? How about Scoop? You know Scoop. He's your favorite.
Yeah, he's the journalist, right? He's always getting that
yeah.
scoop. Right? Where were you on the night of the 3rd? The 3rd what?
Get out of here, you crazy kids.
And go play with some Transformers, specifically Devastator.
Time to devastate your wallet.
And he does.
Transform and roll out.
Hello, I'm Justin.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot I'm Kyle. Okay, do it again. I got it this time.
It's been a while since we've
been a
sat
while.
together.
I know.
It's been too long.
So weird.